My name is Nikki. I am the Senior Account Manager for Moen Smart Water Network, and I work very closely with utilities and insurance companies to bring our product into the hands of homeowners. Let's get started and talk about the current state of the industry. Challenges and changes in the climate, higher reinsurance costs, global inflation, and even recent wildfires in California have forced a lot of insurance companies to stop writing new policies. I'm sure a lot of you are very aware of your rising premium costs, or perhaps you or someone you know has had a non-weather related water event and filed a claim against the carrier. And the insurance carrier has said, you have to either install a shutoff or we are not going to write you anymore. You'll see examples of this from State Farm, Safeco, Farmers, Allstate, who have amended how they're writing their insurance policies for customers specifically in the state of California. How we are planning to solve for this problem, and our goal ever since we first created the Smart Water Shutoff, was really to design a smarter home that is going to have products that will enable the consumer to mitigate that non-weather related water risk with our Smart Water Shutoff. On the screen here, we have a Smart Water Shutoff. This device itself, it gets installed on your main water supply line, and it is learning your specific home usage and how much water you use in your home. It's going to customize its capabilities and it's learning to your home. So it learns what normal behavior is, so it can alert you against abnormal behavior. So for example, after the learning period is complete, it would send an in-app alert or a text message, or it'll phone call you or send an email to say, hey, customer, there is a fast water flow. Is this normal, or should we turn off the water to your home? And if you don't respond, it will automatically shut off the water to your home. And many of the insurance carriers that we are partnering with right now are mandating that this device be installed on a policyholder's home in order to keep their insurance if they've had a prior water loss before, or if the insured value of the home is over $1 million. I'm going to talk about a couple other products that you see in here. You're also going to see these detectors. These detectors are point of use detectors. So if you place them on the floor and they get wet, they will send an audible alarm, beep, beep, beep. And it will also send an in-app alert. Hey, detector underneath the bathroom sink is wet. Go check on it. But if you have these detectors alone, they will not shut off the water. These are just water alarms. This device actually shuts off the water to the home in the event of a catastrophic leak. And this device over here is our sump pump monitor. So for anyone, I don't think many customers in California actually have sump pumps, but if you do, we actually have a sump pump monitor, and it monitors the health of your sump pump in the event of failure. There are a lot of products on the market. A product that is actually going to protect your home against catastrophic water damage needs to have automatic shutoff capability. That is one quality that I recommend you look for when you are purchasing a device. There are about 3 to 4 products on the market right now, depending on your home, that have shutoff capabilities. Santa Margarita Water District is partnering with those folks. So we are not the only one, because I am speaking on behalf of Moen. Many plumbers in the space who are actually installing this device are very familiar with the Moen brand. The brand itself has been around for 85 years, and plumbers are already installing Moen faucets, Moen shower heads. So when we released the Moen Smart Water Shutoff about 8 years ago into the market, it was a very familiar brand to the folks that are installing it. And there is a sense of familiarity. Our customer service and brand is really what we pride ourselves on.
Are there multiple versions of this device to choose from?
The shutoff product, like I mentioned, it's the one with the blue knob. That device comes in 3 different sizes. Through our utility partnerships, we're offering it in 2 sizes just to avoid confusion. So it's 1 inch or smaller or 1.25 inches and above. 90% of homes in California have shutoffs that are 1 inch or smaller. And that product starts at $549 for the 1 inch. The 1.25 inches retails for $799. That is not the price that the folks on this line would pay. We are going to talk about added benefits of a partnership between Santa Margarita District and Moen, and where there could be some benefits with the rebates that you guys have access to. I want to talk about, importantly, the FlowSense technology. This is the smart water shutoff. Gets installed on your home. So a plumber has to come and cut into the shutoff and install this device into the pipe. After it's installed, it goes through a 7 to 10 day learning period where our FlowSense technology is learning and customizing water use specifically to you. So Jane Doe, who lives on 123 Main Street, might have 3 people in her family, and their water usage is very different than John Smith, who has 6 people living in his family. He has more water usage. Therefore, what is normal behavior in his home is going to be very different than normal behavior in her home. So this device is going to prevent catastrophic water damage, but I also want to talk about water savings. So this device is monitoring every drop of water going into the home and measuring how much water you use. And you can set goals in this device. You can say, I want to set a goal of 100 gallons a day, and it is monitoring every drop. So you can go and check at any given moment in real time how much water you are in fact using. It is monitoring your home 24/7. And if it detects an issue, it's going to send you an alert through the app or any other notification methods that you choose. So it can send you a notification in the app, via email, phone call, or a text message. Everything is controlled through the app, the Moen Smart Water app. It has automatic water shutoff capabilities. It also has remote shutoff capabilities. So you can be in France, your device is in California, and you can say, oh shoot, I forgot to turn my water off. There is water running in my home right now for some reason. I don't know why. If you want to turn it off before it even sends you an alert, you can toggle that water to your home on and off, just a touch of a button. The micro leak technology. So there are 2 different types of leaks that it's going to detect. The first type of leak is a catastrophic leak. So fast water flow, or all of a sudden your pipe bursts. Those are critical alerts. So it's going to send you an alert for those big ones. But the damage really does come from micro leaks. Those are small pinhole leaks in areas that you or I cannot see. They could be underneath a slab, behind a wall, in your toilet. It's like a leaky, maybe a flapper in the toilet. Maybe someone left the bathroom faucet on a slow drip and forgot to turn it off. Every single day at a time where it knows you're not using water, the device is going to turn off the water to the home and run a pressure test, like a balloon, to see if there's any pressure being released from the actual plumbing system. If pressure is being released, it means there is a tiny leak somewhere in your system. So it will send you an alert, hey, small drip detected, and it's going to send you that alert, and it is up to you as the homeowner. Oh, I need to find out where that small drip is. You can manually go turn off manual shutoffs in the bathroom and run the test again. And if your test is successful, you know that there is a leak somewhere in that bathroom. So it is a very powerful tool and does ensure that any home that could face a catastrophic loss with this device, it's significantly mitigated. This device will not turn off the fire sprinklers in your home. In a home, there is a branch of water that's going to go towards the fire sprinklers, and then it's going to split off where the Moen device gets installed. Any professional plumber who installs this device will know about that regulation. So fire sprinklers are definitely not a problem. The one thing we have learned in the state of California with home installations is many homes, due to plumbing code, need to have pressure below 80 psi, which means in order to do that, we need to have a pressure regulating valve also installed on that home. Sometimes a plumber will come there to install this shutoff and tell the homeowner, hey, you also need a pressure regulating valve to abide by code. So there may be instances where you are required to install other things that would in fact further protect your home from water damage. And a lot of the insurance carriers are working with now, they are saying that so many of their policyholders that are installing this device, they're actually seeing a reduction in the number of claims filed because they have to put things in like the pressure reducing valve, because the plumber is coming there and discovering, hey, this shutoff has not been touched in 30 years. It is actually really dangerous. We have to, in fact, change this, fix it, and bring it up to date. So, a lot of learning, a lot of education goes into actually installing this device. And believe it or not, homeowners are learning a lot about their plumbing.
There was another question about the level of learning in that initial process where the flow is trying to kind of learn your water usage. Is there some sort of disaggregation or understanding on the device as far as, is it a sink? Is it a toilet?
Yes.
Is it a washer?
So the device has something called fixture detection. The way water flows from a faucet is very different than a toilet, which is very different than a shower, which is very different than a dishwasher. Those water patterns are different, and this device understands those water patterns. So when you go in the app, it's going to tell you by fixture how much water you are using. When it goes through its initial 7 to 10 day learning period, it requires about 100 water events to learn that actual home's behavior. So that includes toilet flushes, showers, faucets running, dishwashes, what are actual normal usage? What does that look like? And I think I get this question a lot. Hey, Nikki, I used to have 5 kids living at home and then they moved out. So my normal is now different. You can call our customer service. They can reset learning mode for you so it can relearn your new home behavior.
The other question that came in is about where it gets installed.
It's going to get installed at the very end. So after any kind of water purification system, any kind of water softener, it gets installed after that. And installations in the state of California, I would also say 90% of the time are outside, unless you are somewhere like Lake Tahoe or Big Bear or somewhere where you are getting a lot of snow. Every home is different. I would say go outside, look where where your hose is. I would say go outside and see where your garage is. It's either 90% of the time for everyone in Santa Margarita, it is going to be outside of your home. If you folks purchase this device through a partnership with Santa Margarita Water District and Moen, we have a partnership through CalWeb. There is a 5-year warranty on the product. If you were to purchase this device anywhere else, Home Depot, Amazon, or anywhere that isn't through that partnership, it comes with a 1-year manufacturer's warranty. This device requires Wi-Fi, a smartphone, and power. What we are seeing is sometimes there isn't power within 10 feet because this device comes with a 10-foot power cord. So with every purchase, we are also shipping an additional 25-foot extension cord. So now the homeowner has access to 35 feet of power.
So just to clarify, Santa Margarita Water District is in negotiation process of participating in that program, but currently our rebates are posted on our website. We have a $100 rebate on flow monitoring devices currently that everyone has access to. But always good to consider your location for potential accessories that might need to be purchased with the device as well.
And let's talk about some of those accessories. So like I mentioned, our hero product was the shutoff that we just spoke about. And these are our smart water leak detectors. Now, just like it says, these are detectors. They will not turn off the water to your home if it detects moisture. However, if you have these detectors and you have the shutoff installed on your home, you have what we call whole home protection. So if you have this detector underneath a sink and all of a sudden it gets wet, or you have this detector in a basement, in a wine cellar, in a art room, and it gets wet, and there is a shutoff also installed on the home, they communicate with each other via Wi-Fi, and it will automatically turn off the water to your home if the detector detects moisture and there is a shutoff installed on the home. I want to talk about some challenges that we've learned exist with customers and how we've addressed them. I think I've already mentioned the first one. So Moen.com is currently offering 3 shutoff options: 3/4 inch, a 1 inch, and an 1.25 inch device. Oftentimes a consumer shows up on this page and they go, I have no idea what to purchase. So what we've done to eliminate confusion and help that customer actually make that purchase is we're now offering 2 solutions: a 1 inch that comes with 3/4 inch adapters, and we're offering the 1.25 inch. Most of you on this line will have the 1 inch device. That one starts at $549. No electrical outlet within 10 feet. Like I mentioned, a lot of customers call us and say, hey, we don't have a room for power because our outlet is further than 10 feet from the shutoff. So what we've done is we are now shipping an additional 25-foot outdoor rated extension cord with every shutoff purchase to help mitigate issues with power supply as a part of our partnerships. The app. So if you have any Moen Smart Water Network product, it could be the detector, it could be the sump pump monitor, it can be our shutoff, it can be our outdoor irrigation product, our controller or smart wireless sensor, anything, our smart faucet, they can all be controlled through the same app. And that is the Moen Smart Water Network app. It allows you to connect products, customize settings, create personal presets. Hey, Nikki, I don't want it to send me so many alerts for the shutoff. I want to decrease that sensitivity. You can do all of that in the app. The app is where you're going to get all of your alerts, all of your notifications, and it's really intuitive, and it's available to download in the Android or iPhone App Store.
It's interesting. I was interviewing one of our customers that installed the Flow by Moen on their home recently, and that adjustment of sensitivity and getting used to using the app was a really big thing for her. She was very, very happy with the device, but had a little bit of a learning curve in the beginning when she decided to take a shower at midnight, and she wasn't by her phone, and the phone had called, texted, and alerted that something strange was running in the home. And that the water was going to be shut off. And so unfortunately at that point she didn't have the phone nearby to see the alert, so the water did get cut off. But after that point, she was a true believer that, hey, this thing actually will work when I'm not at home. So
definitely,
it is a very, very telling story. There was a couple. It's
lucky for all of us, we live in one of the most expensive states in the U.S. And what does that mean? Is installation is also the most expensive in California. Installation varies depending on who you talk to. If you're doing an installation in Newport Beach versus an installation in Fresno, California, those costs are going to be very different. Also, every home is very different. If a plumber comes to the home and it's a basic standard installation, that means the plumber is just cutting pipe and inserting this product into where the pipe was cut. It's a 45-minute job. You can see installation about $300 to $400 for the 1 inch. Sometimes a plumber shows up there and there are pre-existing issues. There is a leak in the plumbing system. The shutoff is so old it can't move. There is a pressure reducing valve that needs to be installed. The customer has no outlet nearby and we need to install an electrical outlet. In these circumstances, installations can be, $500, $600, $700. If excavation is required, my mother-in-law was getting this device installed and her plumbing was behind a wall. It varies, but the benefit here is anytime you purchase a shutoff through the Moen program, you have access to our Moen plumber network. It is a website where you enter your zip code and we show you a list of providers that have been pre-approved by Moen.
If a detector device is accidentally subjected to water, how is the automatic shutoff reactivated?
So the detector, if it detects moisture, these are all in-app settings. You could put in the app, if my detector gets wet, turn off my shutoff. If your shutoff is automatically engaged and you want to turn your water back on to your home, it's just the flick of a button in the app. You're just turning the water on once it's been automatically turned off. That it's as simple as that. If that detector is wet, you want to go see why that detector is wet, because you don't want it to get wet. Underneath your sink shouldn't be wet. Underneath your dishwasher shouldn't be wet. Your basement shouldn't be wet. So it's more of a help, fix this problem solution.
Santa Margarita Water District also encourages you to kind of check for leaks on your water bill every month. So when you're looking at your water bill and you see a spike in usage, absolutely take note of that. We have budget-based rates here in Santa Margarita Water District for our customers, which means that your property has its own customized budget based on your land area, as well as the areas that you're watering, how many people in the home. So your budget on your water bill, shown on your water usage history charts, is a very good indicator of if things are operating normally on your property too. And that's why the water efficiency team, we're here to kind of help with that. But I'm going to put our email and contact information, our efficiency team. So feel free to use that if you have any other questions about this presentation, upcoming classes and workshops, or your bill, if you're experiencing any issues with the high bill. We do have site surveys and other programs to help check for irrigation leaks, as well as get you all informed about the rebates and the resources that are out there to help make improvements on your property. Now, hopefully everybody is kind of a bit more enlightened about what the smart home possibilities are and how to protect your home from leaks.
Well, Amelia, thank you so much for having me.
Thank you, Nikki.
An unknown leak hidden behind the walls. A faucet left running. A frozen pipe bursting while you're on vacation. 2 in 5 homes are affected by water damage, more likely than fire or theft, and potentially costing you thousands. Flow Smart Water Monitor and Shutoff is the smart solution to protect your home from water damage. Installed indoor or outdoor at your main water supply, the device constantly monitors your home's water usage. It detects continuous water flow and sends an alert to your phone. With the Smart Water Monitor and Shutoff, never worry about accidentally leaving the faucet running. Even minor leaks can lead to unseen mold and damage. The device detects those leaks and alerts you directly through the app, enabling you to take action. Even while away, when there's a sudden increase in water flow, it sends you an urgent alert through the app where you can shut off your water remotely, giving you peace of mind. The device monitors household water with machine learning to detect abnormalities, protecting your home from unexpected emergencies. Through manual or automatic shutoff, the device prevents the costly headaches of water damage. Protect what matters most with Flow Smart Water Monitor and Shutoff, because when it comes to your home, every drop counts. Flow Smart Water Monitor and Shutoff.